All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started with Zion. Fletcher Mackel, you can lead us off today, please.
Zion, I think first, can we just start with how you feel physically and even mentally after a rookie season that saw injury and a pandemic? If we could just kind of start with how you feel both mentally and physically entering year number 2, if that's okay.
I feel great, mentally and physically. Like you said, year 1 was a lot mentally and physically for me, but I needed that experience. Showed me a lot, and now I'm getting ready for year 2.
Hey, Zion, Christian Clark here with Noel.com. Last year, a lot of your offense was off of post-ups. I was just curious, do you feel like there is a slashing and a driving element to your game that we maybe haven't seen yet at the NBA level?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear like the first half of the question. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, sorry about that. So a lot of your offense last year was off of post-ups, and I was just curious, do you feel like there is a slashing, driving element to your game that we haven't seen at the NBA level maybe yet?
I feel like there's a lot of my game that I wasn't able to showcase last year due to like just trying to fit in with the team, find my place, and just try not to be the rookie to mess up. It was a lot mentally that I was trying to process all at once, but starting off fresh year 2, we got a lot of new staff and new things going on around here, so hopefully we can come together quicker with that.
What's up, Zion? This is Will Guillory with The Athletic. What do you think you could do this year to make a bigger impact defensively? I know that was a big part of your game at Duke. What are you trying to do this year to make your presence felt on that end?
Honestly, just be a basketball player. Once I feel like I, know my teammates, know where everybody's going to be at certain points, just being a basketball player will allow me to attack from anywhere on the court, get better shots, and just, facilitate.
Zion, Scott Kushner with the Times-Picayune. Brandon Ingram gets the max contract. He's obviously going to be a very large part of this organization going forward. You are clearly, a cornerstone piece as well. How do you and Brandon how do you feel that as a foundation of this team and you're kind of the future of this? How do you guys feel like you play best together, and how excited are you to kind of have that, known going into the future now?
Well, before I answer the question, I want to say, congrats to Brandon. Brandon was more than like deserving of that max contract, all the extra work he put in, always, trying to get better and, being a great teammate. So he was well deserving of that max contract, and I'm glad he's going to stick around. As far as me and him, me and him have a great relationship, and we're just excited to, make some moves and try to win. Like, that's just like as simple as I can put it. We want to win together.
Hey, Zion, it's Andrew from ESPN. I know it was an abbreviated offseason, but what was your offseason like? Where were you kind of working out? Who were you working out with? What was that process like for you in the offseason?
Where was I working? Let me stop. I was just, like I said before I left the bubble, I worked out with the people that was closest to me because, they've been there my whole life. And, I took their opinions and stuff, and we applied it our training. I can't go into too much detail because, I just don't like doing that. But, we put in a lot of work, was with my family a lot. With COVID going on, you just never knew what was going to happen. So I always had to play that safe. But outside of that, I was just with family and just working out with my stepfather.
As I'm Mark Medina here with USA Today. Good to see you. Thanks for doing this and hope you're doing well. So wondering, when you look at the bubble and the differences that will be for this upcoming season, do you have a feeling of which scenario is going to be like more easier or difficult, and what's your reasoning for that?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like you're looking at what the bubble was like Do you think this upcoming season, as far as navigating the new setup, do you think that that could be easier to get through or more difficult? And what would be your reasoning?
Me personally, I had no problem with the bubble. I think the NBA handled the bubble very well, with testing and making sure everyone was safe in that whole process. I didn't mind it at all, but this year I think it will be easier for a lot of people to navigate because you got to factor in people's families, kids, and what they have going on in their life and not being restricted to being in one spot. So I think it will be easier to navigate from that point of view.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Zion, Rod Walker with the Times-Picayune. What's one thing that you may have learned about yourself or even about just the NBA itself last season that you want to sort of, pick up on and improve on for this season? Or something you learned from, I guess, last season?
I said it a lot last year. But over the summer and the off season, I think I've come to truly understand it a lot more. And that's it's just take each moment like by each moment, like live moment by moment because last year like so much happened and I felt like it all happened at once and there were so many directions that I had to like look and like things that I had to do that I couldn't live in the moment. But I think this year I have a better understanding of it. It will be living in the moment because I feel like when I live in the moment, I can cherish it a lot more. And, that allows me to have fun and be who I am.
Hi, Zion. My name is Brittany Hardy. I'm with NBA TV and TNT. My question is, the pandemic has changed the way we watch sports. What is it about the game that keeps you engaged and motivated as a player during these unprecedented times? And what about the game draws in fans and keeps them watching?
I think just the love and excitement for the game. Whatever excites you about the game. For me, like I've always loved basketball. So whether the stadium's full or not full, like I'm still gonna love the game. Preferably full because the fans home court advantage is always nice, but I think for me it was the love of the game. Like my love will just always be there. I can always stay engaged. I think for the fans, it's just the excitement and maybe their love for the game as well.
Zion, with so many new players on the team, new coaching staff and things like that, I feel like it might take a little bit longer to build that chemistry that you're used to having on a team, especially with all the COVID-19 protocols and you not being able to practice as a team for a while. How long do you anticipate that on-court chemistry to take? Do you think it will take a little bit longer than maybe a normal season?
Honestly, I'm not too sure because we could get out there and we could click in the first week and like just have a natural feel for or it could take longer because we can find ourselves in different situations of the game and we have to learn to trust each other and maybe the trust will be there at first, maybe it won't, but honestly I'm not too sure.
Brett, go ahead. Brett Martell.
Thanks. Yep, got it. Hey, Zion. With the Steven Adams acquisition, obviously management really likes the way he is a strong presence inside and sets screens and so forth. I guess the knock I've heard from some analysts is that they believe that what the Pelicans really need is more perimeter shooting, which would punish defenses from collapsing on you. But how do you see the Adams acquisition and the pairing in the front court with him?
He said, how do I see the pairing with me and Steven in the front court?
Yeah, the potential to be in the front court with Steven.
I think it's going to be great. I think me and him are going to do just fine. But as far as the other stuff, I think that's just I'll be able to answer those questions better, once we actually get together as a team. Because, right now I can only, speculate and just say what I feel, but I'll be able to answer those questions better once we get together as a team.
Hey, Zion, Christian Clark here one more time. I know, you guys haven't been able to get on the floor together as a team, as you just mentioned, but in your early conversations with Stan Van Gundy, just kind of what are your impressions about getting to work with him?
My impressions are very great about him. I think he's a great guy. He's old school, just like my stepfather, and just like Coach K. So I feel like that's gonna be something that I'm gonna easily relate with. And personally, I'm excited to work with him. I can see his love and passion for the game when he's like even showing me like small things within the game, and I love stuff like that. So I'm very excited to work with.
Will, go ahead.
What's up, Zion? My bad. This is Will for the Athletic again. Is there any particular part of your game you're looking forward to showing off a little bit more this year, now that you're more comfortable with the game, that maybe things are slowing down a bit now that you got a year under your belt?
Honestly, probably gonna hate me for this, but my answer is gonna be very vague. But this answer just means a lot to me. The part I'm looking forward to is showing the world me, just being myself and going out there and having fun and showing my competitive nature and trying to win. I know that's very vague and not the answer you're maybe looking for, but that's the answer that just hits different for me. I just want to show the world my love, my passion, my competitive spirit for the game. That's what I'm most excited to show the world.
Hey Zion, it's Andrew again. I know you said you were fine physically and mentally. Are you looking forward to having a year where you don't have any sort of restrictions on you, whether that's practice or minutes or burst or anything like that?
Of course, I'm looking forward to that very much. I don't think no player wants restrictions, so yeah, I'm hoping year two is going to be a lot different.
Hi, Zion. This is Brittany again. For this upcoming season, if you had the opportunity to put something on the back of your jersey, whether it's a name or a statement, what would it be?
Man, jumped right to it. I haven't thought too much about that at the moment, if I'm being honest, but probably in another week or two, I'll probably have an answer for you. I'm sorry if I don't have an answer for you right now.
All right, that's going to be it for Zion. Thanks, Z. Thanks, everybody.
You guys have
All right, everyone. We will get started with Nico. Will Guillory, you can lead us off, please.
What's up, Nico? This is Will Guillory with The Athletic. What was it like for you? Because I know last offseason you were coming off knee surgery. So how good was it just to be able to have somewhat of a normal offseason where you can get some work in and prepare for the season?
Well, I won't define this as a normal off season with all the lockdown and the shutdown we had going on in Europe, but for sure it was nice to have some time to get some rest, to work properly on some stuff I couldn't work on last year because I tried to rush to be ready for training camp last year. So I'm thinking I think I'm in a better position this year than at the beginning of last year, and that's honestly a good thing. It's important to start with the right foot.
Hey, Nicole, this is Christian Clark with NOLA.com. Kind of in that same vein. I mean, how are you just like mentally preparing to go through a season, where the pandemic is, you guys aren't going to be in a bubble or anything, and you're going to have to play 72 games while this is going on. Just how do you approach that?
Well, two mindsets probably. Like just one day at a time. Just don't do any long-term project because you never know what's going to happen. So really just take it as easy as possible. Like just think what I have to do today, and maybe when the season starts, just to prepare the next game without thinking what's next, what's after that. And the other mindset is like run away from this virus as much as possible. Isolate as much as possible. Of course, when we have to practice, when we have to play, and all this stuff is fine. But outside the court, just try to stay away as much as possible from other people, and just try to avoid to get this terrible virus.
Hey, Nico, this is Fletcher Mackel from the NBC station here in New Orleans. I hope you're well. Given the fact that Zion and Steven aren't exactly stretch players, do you think that could potentially lead to a bigger rotational role for you in the front court this year? And have you spoken to Coach Van Gundy about that? And just your initial thoughts on Coach Van Gundy, taking over the team this season?
Well, this is a question you should do to Coach. This is I wish I could answer you. I think we have very solid big guys for sure. We're very strong big guys this year. I haven't spoken yet with Coach. Like we talked like just normal stuff, but we didn't sit down and talk. So I'm just excited about next season, ready to go. Hopefully I get the opportunity I want. Hopefully we play good, we play well, and we can win as much game as possible.
Hey, Nico, it's Scott Kushner with Times-Picayune. Brandon Ingram obviously signed to a pretty long-term deal. He's a long-term piece next to Zion. You played with both of them together a little bit last season. How do those two complement each other, and where do you kind of see Brandon's game going, and especially the two of them kind of being your leaders on the floor this year?
Well, this is another question you should do to Coach. No, for sure, they're two incredible players, different qualities, different characteristics. I think they can play very well together. I think the future of this team is bright because they are two young players with a lot of talent. And so, honestly, I'm glad to have them on the team. I'm happy to play with them and not against them. So. But which is their roles? What do they have to do on the court? That's not me. I cannot answer you.
Hey Nico, this is Jim Eichenhofer. I was just wondering, what were your impressions? What's your impression of Steven Adams as far as having played against him last season, and now what it will be like to have him on your side and in your front court this time?
As I said, I'm happy I'm playing with him and not against him, because last year I think I had to guard him when we play at home, so it wasn't a funny game for me. And But as I said, I'm just happy to have him on the team. It looks like a very cool guy, great work ethics. So just, I mean, I'm excited about this season. I cannot wait to get to know them better, all of my teammates, new teammates. And as I said, I hopefully it's going to be a successful season.
Hey, Nick, Davide from Gazzetta here. Good to see you. What are your expectations for this season, and what do you think about Marco Bellinelli coming back to play for Virtus Bologna?
So my expectation is, as always, to do better than the previous year. So this is my thing. And as I said, this is going to be a weird season because it's not going to be like any other season we had before. So I'm trying to take, as I said, one game at a time and 1 week at a time. But let's say if I have to choose a long-term goal, is just be better than last year. And about Bailey, like, if he's happy, I'm happy. I know, and he said that he wanted, he wished he could have another year at least in the NBA, but I think he found a great deal with Virtus Bologna. He's back home. So as I said, if he's happy, I'm happy. This is the most important thing. I talked to him. We text a little bit, and he felt, he was very excited about it. He couldn't wait to start. So if he's happy, I'm happy.
Grazie, Nick.
Hello, Nicolo. I would like to ask you, first of all, last season you were close to the playoffs, you played in the bubble. How big is the motivation for you now to go to the playoffs next season with new additions and the players like Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams? And also about you and your game, how big was the contribution of Nikos Zisis?
Well, I just spoke today with Nikos before coming to the gym. We were texting each other, like audio text, I don't know, vocal text. And for sure, honestly, I always said that I was lucky to have met Nikos in my career because he changed it. He taught me things, leading by examples. I was just a little bit unlucky that I didn't meet him before. I wish I could have met him before because it's just, beside one of my best friends, is just a great professional player, great person. And as I said, he taught me a lot of things. And for sure, this year, as I said, my goal, and I think the goal of the team, is to be better than last year. And last year we were very close to make the playoffs. So we will try to do that. But we haven't started to practice together. We don't know each other yet. So it's going to be a weird season. There are going to be a lot of things that can, change during the season. But for sure, we want to have a successful season.
Hey, Nico, it's Brett Martel with AP. I just wanted to touch briefly on the virus in Italy. I don't know what's changed since August, but have you had any personal experience with that as it pertains to, I don't know, extended family or friends or, anything that, has it touched you personally in any way?
Well, not like I had friends that caught it. So at the beginning, when there was the first lockdown in Italy, like nobody had it between my friends and all this stuff among my friends. And then from September, October, I was back in Italy, and I met my friends just once because, as I said, I'm just trying to run away from this virus. And we were 7 of us, and 3 of them got it already. They had it. And so I'm like, okay, this virus is getting closer. And the situation is bad. It doesn't look good. I'm very proud how Italy react about it. It's something unknown, I think, yet. Hopefully this vaccine comes out quick, but even though when the vaccine comes out, it will take long before we go back to a normal life. And but it's not easy. It's not easy. Everything is shut down. I was honestly impressed for how much stuff is open here in the States, because both in Italy and Germany, where my wife's from, is basically everything is shut down. You cannot go to walk in a restaurant. You can just pick up to go home and eat at home, or it's weird. It's weird, and but I personally was lucky that nobody in my family till now, and hopefully it stays like this, caught the virus and had bad symptoms.
Hey, Nico, this is Fletcher. One more question here, kind of a non-basketball question. I know you tweeted and posted stuff about New Orleans growing on you and kind of learning to love New Orleans last season. Are you more excited even during the pandemic to kind of get out and about in New Orleans? Do people recognize you on the streets? Just kind of your general thoughts about year 2 of calling our city home.
Well, I was excited to come back to New Orleans. I kind of miss it, at one point, even because, the off season, it was for an European player, it was very long because almost 3 months of off season. We don't have 3 months of off season in Europe. So I was really excited to come back, and my wife and I are very happy to be here. We feel at home here, and I don't know if I'm going to see much more of the city this year because, as I told you, I'm trying to run away from this virus, so I might just stay at home, sit on the couch, and do nothing. That's basically the plan. But sometimes, like, people recognize me on the street, like, I don't know why and how, but yeah, they do that, and they tell me that I'm a good basketball player. So I think they have very bad taste in basketball. They don't know a lot about it, and but. Yeah, I like it here. They're very polite because if they tell me I'm a good basketball player, they're very polite.
Great. Thanks so much, Nico. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.